Welcome back to another Master Classic Master Con Make Math Make Sense Master video with your host Shalongo. Today we're in the Algebra 2 unit and complex numbers. We're going over classifying complex numbers, so let's just get into Q1. Boom, here we are, Q1. Q1. I got this like nice little Venn diagram over here to kind of explain things, but what we're doing right now is I'm trying to identify where does ADI fit? What kind of number is it, right? And so we got this beautiful Venn diagram that I'm about to explain to you. So we've got real numbers and we've got imaginary numbers. And when we put those together, we get complex numbers, right? A plus BI. So essentially, if a number is real, it is also complex because all real numbers are complex numbers. If a number is imaginary, it is also complex. Even though it's imaginary, it's also complex. And then complex numbers, anytime we see A plus BI, we already know, cool. Those numbers aren't real, and they're not imaginary, they're complex. You can't say, oh, they're real numbers, oh, it's imaginary numbers. No, it's just complex number, right? So, any A's, anytime we see an A, just a number, we know that it's real, and we know that it's complex. Anytime we see a B, we know that it's real, and it's complex. Anytime we see A and B, I, we know that it's just complex. Cool? So, our number right here, 80I. 80I. Well, it's real. No, it's not real. Why is it not real? Well, it's not real because it has an I. That I makes it imaginary. Cool. So, it's an imaginary number. But all imaginary numbers are also complex numbers. So it's also a complex number. And you can kind of see that by my circles, right? All imaginary numbers also fit in the complex numbers circle, right? So let's see if we got this one right. I'm gonna kind of split screens here. I'm going imaginary, I'm going complex. Boom, done. It's an imaginary and it's a complex number. All imaginaries are complexes, so all reals are too. Alright, what type of number is it? Negative 240 plus 1 fits in the real number group, so it's a real. But all real numbers are also complex numbers, so it also fits in the complex group. Sweet! What number is 2I minus 7? So this is got an imaginary part, but we can't say that it's imaginary because there's this real part attached with it, right? This negative 7 is a real, that's a real number. So we can't say, oh, this whole thing's imaginary. We can't say this whole thing's real because 2I is imaginary. So they're not all real, they're not all imaginary, but they're definitely complex because complex numbers are imaginary and reals. What number is 85.72I? Is it real? No, it's not real. Is it imaginary? Yes. All imaginary numbers are also complex. Boom, done. And that's how we classify complex numbers. Good luck.